の種のよ語らい重なり固まり絡まり一緒にいること絶対必然でもあなた大事な夢を描く終わるまではずっとここで待っているよ Lonely Rover Star 立ち止まらないでね Lonely Rover Star さ前を向いて行こう星空キラキラコンペイ遠のよ甘くて切ない思いが募るの抱きしめた想いは夜空を舞い急降下してあなたの元へ届くからよ Lonely Rover Star 諦めないでよね Lonely Rover Star たまには電話してよ Lonely Rover Star 会いたいよ今すぐよ Lonely Rover Star はため息が一つこぼれる来月またあの場所で待ち合わせしようか Lonely Rover Star 立ち止まらないでね Lonely Rover Star 思い出してよね
Emergency with service.
T-O-Y-B-O-X-T-O-Y. X-T-O-Y-B-O-X-T-O-Y. Connect again.
Emergency with service.
No. Had no wait to log in this time. Okay. Greetings. I don't have the wave emote already? Or is greetings different than wave? Every time I was about to send word to the Scions, I got lots to tell you. Council's officially recognized the Resistance as their standing army, and I expect you can guess who's been appointed commander. Suffice it to say, we're in good hand. Ha ha! He's an amputee. Having the Bull of Alamigo at the helm's done wonders for morale. People are dancing in the streets when an announcement was made, and we have you and the Sultana to thank for it. If you two hadn't worked your magic, he'd never have contemplated following his heart. The Council also decreed that we're to maintain presence at Rhalgr's Reach. Lise will continue to lead our forces in the fringes, a job she's been doing tirelessly. A bit too tirelessly, some might say. We're constantly having to remind her to rest before she falls over. That's an exaggeration, and I always get up again. Anyway, we can hardly afford to lower our guard now, not after our last brush with Lakshmi. Speaking of which, we've been keeping a close eye on the Kalyana, and it looks like they've chosen a new leader. It's, Shanti's daughter. You know, the half-dead one. For whatever reason, the Kalyana thought she was the best candidate, which makes them leaderless, basically. As things stand, there's no prospect of engaging in talks, let alone coming to an understanding. But I won't let that stop me. I'll keep on reaching out to them until they finally see sense. We've gone through a whole lot of this game, like, really hammering home the fact that if someone's been enthralled by a primal, their brain is gone. Like, they don't have their own free will anymore. Just like I've been reaching out to Fordola. She won't meet my gaze, but she's given up on trying to ignore me. And maybe one odd grunt, but at least she's responding. I'll get through to her yet. Ah, there you are. Alphino and Alice, is everything alright? We received word from Tataru. Hancock's apparently acquired information of great interest and urgency. Maybe I should turn this down a teeny bit. More than that she didn't say, only that we should come to Kugane right away. I had a mind for you, for the two of us to set forth together, but Alice is determined to make the party of three. As I told you more than a dozen times, brother, my wounds are quite healed, and I would benefit from some fresh air. Besides, you may well need an extra pair of hands. Worry not, sister. I have quite given up on trying to convince you. Whether it'll be 2 or 3, we should depart as soon as possible. You'll be joining us, I trust. I was about to say I'd come too, but I'll just have to settle for cheering you on from afar. Good luck with whatever it turns out to be. Thank you, Lise. Rest assured, this should this business prove to be of even tangential concern to Al Amigo, I shall inform you without delay. Let's be off. Hancock and Tataru await us at the Rue Bazaar offices. Greetings, honored sir. May I show you in? I just don't need you reading the random NPC line. Raubahn. That's his name. I don't know why looking at him made the name come to me. Should have consulted Raubahn.
My friends, thank you for coming at such short notice.
We were told the matter was urgent. I take it Yugiri and Raubahn are also involved?
My presence here is but a happy coincidence. I am come on separate business, which can wait.
My apologies. Master Hancock, pray, tell our friends exactly what you told me.
Yeah, why didn't Yugiri
Of
and
course,
Gosetsu just
of
go to
course.
Hancock? Actually, no, they never would have met them.
Some few days ago, a large detachment of soldiers was seen arriving at the Garlean embassy. This seemed to me most unusual, as no personages of note are due to visit for a matter of months. So, I made a few inquiries, whereupon I learned of a most curious rumor. Apparently, the soldiers were dispatched to Kugane to investigate recent sightings of a certain individual. The late acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma, Yotsuyu.
I beg your pardon?
I too am loath to believe it. I saw the keep come down on top of her. We all did.
They were so utterly destroyed there wasn't
I
even
would
a
not
body.
presume to question your eyewitness accounts, nor am I one to take rumors at face value. The fact is, the Garleans have no knowledge of what took place at Doma Castle. They may well be chasing after a woman who merely resembles Yotsuyu. But a woman who resembles Yotsuyu in the company of a grizzled Rogadan samurai? I dare say that thickens the plot.
Gosetsu! He's alive!
While I've no conclusive proof, I thought that such a possibility warranted your attention.
No, Gosetsu would have known Hancock.
Have you
Why did he
informed
just
Lord
not
Ian?
come here?
Well, I think we'd all like to believe the old bear survived.
Indeed. While I dare not give myself wholly to hope, I will not deny that I have prayed for such a miracle ever since that fateful day. But regardless of my personal feelings, if the Empire has seen fit to pursue these rumors so vigorously, we can scarce afford to ignore them. I am bound by duty to ascertain the truth of the matter. Will you join me in this quest?
We'll find Gosetsu together.
Thank you. If Gosetsu yet lives, he will need our help if he is to avoid capture.
He's kind of a dumbass.
Gosetsu is a dear friend, and we cannot abandon him to the mercy of the Empire. Our course is clear. Hancock, is there aught else you can tell us?
Alas not. But I have taken the liberty of employing one of the finest informants money can buy. You shall have the latest intelligence on the Garlean's movements, and more besides.
The informant awaits your pleasure in the back streets of Sanjo Hamamachi. From its shining facade to its dark underbelly, few know Kugane as intimately as he. The finest informants money can buy. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Permit me to assist you in your quest, my friends. The sooner your business is concluded, the sooner we may speak of mine. Should your search take you away from Kugane, my boat is at your disposal. I shall see that she is ready to sail. I'll give Raubahn a hand. If he's providing us a ship, the least we can do is supply the provisions, so we'll be at the pier if you need us. A welcome offer and an excellent plan. Without further ado, let's seek out this information in Sanjo Hanamachi. It's the one... The informant's the one Namazu, isn't it? The informant is absolutely... I'm just gonna call it the informant's the Namazu that tried to sell us out to the Garleans. That should be the place. We should wait and see who comes. It's been a while, my friends. Yes, yes, a long while indeed. Is it? Fucking called it. I knew it. Gyodo, any funny business and you know what'll happen, I trust? No funny business, only loyal service and the finest quality information. Of course, such quality does not come cheap. No, but then Hancock already paid you. Honestly, you must think that we're born yesterday. I have half a mind to call Lise. No, Lise, I beg you, no boots. I will tell you everything I know, free of charge. The Empire searches for Yotsuyu, high, low, far, and wide. Come to enlist my help, they did, promising rich rewards for my decisive information. And have you decisive information? Were the two individuals cited here indeed Gosetsu and Yotsuyu? Alas, see them with my own eyes I did not, but the Imperials are confident. Yes, yes, very confident indeed. Look at the size of their contingent. There is something they do not know, a rumor which you'll find most interesting, I think. They say elderly Rogan and samurai appeared on Kogane Dore with a beauticious maiden and sold his katana to a pawnbroker. 'Twas no common katana either, but one of surpassing craftsmanship. That is interesting, assuming it's true. Did you corroborate the rumor with the pawnbroker in question? No. Regrettably, I do not have a working relationship with the master of Shofuku Shichiten. Shofuku Shichiten. Why would that be, I wonder? If I didn't know better, I'd think he'd lend you money. Will help you, I'm certain. While you speak with him, I will make contact with my Garlean connections, learn what I can of their progress. Wound to the blade is all I need to be sure. It is wise to let the Namazu... Is it wise to let the Namazu out of our sight? No, he'll betray us. No more betrayals, no more boots. To divide our forces is simply more efficient. He's right. Given the urgency, we would do well to split up. And so I will go with our friend here. Nothing improves efficiency like supervision. Yes, we'll go together. And there'll be no boots. Let's be about it then. Good luck with the katana. Shall we reconvene at the pier later? Fragrant as Ruby Bazaar offices are, I prefer fresh air. I believe Eorzea has her task well in hand. Shall we see the pawnbroker? might have had customers like those you described. So many people come though through, it's difficult to remember. So you could jog my memory by making a purchase? No, we can't blame a woman for trying. Rogan samurai and a maiden, never seen him. Now, if you don't have any business with me, make way for someone who does. Are you buying, or... Ah, so you've heard tell of the Rogan and Samurai's katana. Small wonder. It's a fine example of its kind. One moment. I dare hope you found our pawnbroker? Excellent work. And that's the katana? Can be no doubt it's Gosetsu's blade. Craftsmanship's exquisite, is it not? Well, you're pleased to know that the pledge has just expired. I should be glad to sell it to you, assuming you have the coin. It's no ordinary weapon, you understand. It's priced accordingly. But if you are serious, I suggest you act quickly, as several noted collectors have already expressed an interest. This blade represents conclusive proof of Gosetsu's survival. I suppose this could be considered a necessary cost in securing a safe return. Yet it's not a decision I can make alone, least of all when our nation is scarce begun to rebuild. I'll pay. Nay, my friend. Grateful though I am at the offer, I cannot ask this of you. It's enough to know that Gosetsu's alive and well. Yuri, wait. The scions will buy the katana. Pray consider it a gift. Master Alphino, your kindness is touching, truly. Yet, in matters of coin, would Mr. Tataru not expect to be consulted? Come now, our friend would never have relinquished his blade were the need not great. Are we not bound by honor to help a friend in need? I say we are, and I'm sure Tataru will wholeheartedly agree. Is this foreshadowing? Is he going to get his ass kicked by Tataru? You made a wise choice, my friend. Such pieces are few and far between. It'd be good to come this way, and I shall prepare the necessary papers. If I may ask, sir, after he visited the establishment, do you perchance know where the old samurai went? He's our friend, and we will return his weapon to him. Friend of yours, you say? I see. Well, then, I suppose there can be no harm in telling you. No sooner had I provided him with the requested sum than his pretty young companion began clamoring for dongo. I duly recommended those served at the Umineko tea house, and thither they did set off. Clamoring for dongo? Can these truly be the same people? It makes no sense. Some manner of code, perhaps, but it avails us not to speculate. Let's go to this tea house and see if we can pick up their trail. Of course I remember. How could I forget a pair like that? The most beautiful young girl you'll ever see, scoffing down dongos her life depended on it while the old samurai looked on. Not quite what he expected, I'll wager. Far be it from me to gossip of my customers, but he was planning to spirit her away across the Ruby Sea, out of reach of her family, no doubt. When the girl finally had her fill, they set off in that direction of the Shiokaze hostelry, presumably to find someone discreet with a boat. Gosetsu makes for Doma. This woman who travels with him, the more I hear about her, the more I wonder if she can truly be Yotsuyu. While doubts remain over the identity of Gosetsu's traveling companion, for now we can but follow the trail. Come, let us away to the pier, and make ready to sail. With luck, Alice will have joined Master Sorban and Mr. Tataru there. Whoa. Has that always been there? That airship? That's a cool looking airship. Almost all the other airships in the game look really like they're just like a hot air balloon. Even the big one that they're supposed to have in Ishgard isn't really that huge. Is this here now for plot reasons? Excellent timing, my friends. Mr. Salise arrived mere moments ago. All went well on my end. Kyoto met with an Imperial officer and wheedled his way to some new information. It seems troops who recently arrived in Kugane came directly from Garlemald. The Imperial's base here have been captured in the dark. That's not all. A contingent of the aforementioned troops are preparing for deployment to the Ruby Sea. If I didn't know better, I'd say they picked up Gosetsu's trail. The new information matches ours. We're quite certain Gosetsu seeks to cross to the mainland. Sorry, I didn't hear that right. You sign funds to buy Gosetsu's katana at the asking price? Aye, well, we were in some haste and it seemed a worthwhile gesture. Speaking of which, here's the contract of sale. Pray see the man is paid. She's not upset that we bought the katana. She's upset that we didn't haggle. This doll's beard. You agreed to this? Give me strength. So how like the search can wait. You'd best be on your way. Alphino, we need to talk. I want you to come straight to the office as soon as you get back. Promise me. Very well. I shall call upon you as soon as I return. First, let's go to the Ruby Price. If Gosetsu's already set sail, the sentries there are sure to have seen him. Oh, where'd the... Oh no, we're not in... Okay. I was like, where'd the ship go? But we're in a different map now. He is going right for a priceless weapon, I wonder. And now I know who not to ask. Tara seems in low spirits. Happily, my latest venture may prove just the tonic. Judging by her reaction, Mr. Jotaro is none pleased. I apologize if the katana has caused strife. Jotaro seemed rather vexed, did she not? Ever the melodramatist. I'm sure our finances can stretch to a single sword. Remind me to explain the value of such gestures when we next see her. But I digress. We have work to do. Yep. Sure. Sure you're going to be able to explain the values to her.
Right. I suggest we begin by learning what we can from the sentries.
Hey, you guys have new outfits?
What's going on up there?
Travelers, are you? You may wish to postpone your plans. The Garleans have launched an attack on the Confederacy. We have no reason to believe they'll turn their attention here, but for your own safety, I suggest you return to Kugane.
I'm sorry, I'm the Warrior of Light? You should be like, oh my god, I'm so happy that you're here.
The Garleans bear no love for the Confederacy. But with Doma lost to them, why would they attack? Unless...
Unless Yotsuyu is on that island.
Even if she isn't, Our allies are under attack and they need our help.
We will help them while you remain with Soroban. Arguing will only delay us. Is that clear?
Fine, but you haven't heard the last of this.
Soroban, we may need to make a swift exit. See that the boat is ready to sail at a moment's notice.
It shall be done.
What, and you're going to swim there, are you?
Oh yeah, you can't.
'Tis the quickest way, and you may rest assured I've been practicing.
Come.
Can you Yuri breathe underwater? Because she lived underwater, right? I did it! Yeah, you did. You did, little guy.
Your defense is lacking. Leave this to me.
Right. Can like any of you tank? I guess if you're doing racketeering, you're just exclusively a DPS. There's the old man. Yes, he's at the top. You'd best hurry.
Lady Yotsuyu, we're here to rescue you. Please, come with us.
Stay back, Tsuyu.
Are you all right?
Is he all right?
Gazetsu.
Damn it, we took too long. Change of plan. Eliminate hostiles. All forces, attack!
thought we would die immediately. Go into yellow mode. Dragon. There we go.
The art of my forebears.
We are still going. I thought that we would have... It's like, oh, you forced my hand. That usually implies it's the final thing. Oh, Star... I heard Sandstorm, and I'm like, what's that gonna do? But no, he's doing PK Starstorm. Oh, I thought that would end the... Shit. I had to do everything from the start again. It's annoying.
Your defense is nothing. Leave this to me.
carbuncle gets to do more stuff than my carbuncle, and it's not fair. Can I move, please? Thank you.
The art of my forebears.
Use the staff. Alright, we got it. There we go.
Gosetsu, thank the heavens.
Yugiri, my friends. The kami were kind to guide your steps this way.
They had to, because you decided not to go to our base that was in the city that you were in. With friends that you knew were there.
The Imperials are retreating. I suppose we have you to thank for that. But they would never have come here were it not for her. I had a bad feeling the moment your samurai friend arrived with that woman in tow.
Do not be afraid, Suyu. These people are my friends.
Friends.
Forgive me, but at the risk of souring the mood, I believe you owe us an explanation. You may start by telling us what happened at Doma Castle.
Of course. I'll not begrudge you that. As you know, we were trapped inside the keep when it collapsed. But even as the roof crumbled above us, so too did the floor below.
You should still be dead.
We were swept out into the One River, where we would surely have drowned had a stout wooden door not chanced to float by, offering us a raft of sorts.
But like you were
Exhausted,
grievously injured.
We drifted out to sea, at the mercy of the tides, which saw fit to dispense us on a desert island.
She was with you the entire time?
Aye. 'Twas her kimono which saved her from Hien's blade, believe it or not. Some Garlean witchcraft in the weave. But it offered precious little protection against the fall. Though she survived, she awoke bereft of all her memories, and speaking like a child.
A trick, surely.
That was my first thought, aye. And I contemplated cutting her down and being done with it. Contemplated it long and hard. Yet the Kami saw fit to deliver us from certain death. 'Twas their will that we survive, both of us, together. And together we shall go before our master. He shall be the one to judge.
Judge what?
She's your prisoner, old man. Do with her as you will. Call her Tsuyu, or whatever else tickles your fancy.
'Twas a name given out of necessity whilst on the road. Nothing more.
As you say. But remember this. Our people suffered much at that woman's hands. When the time comes, I trust you won't let emotion blind you to what needs to be done.
You have my word.
Well, I must be going. I have an unholy mess to clean up. You should be on your way too, before the Imperials decide to take another tilt. Oh, and we'll overlook the tithe this once. You're welcome.
I am wondering, like, there hasn't been a lot of discussion about the fallout of what happened to the Garleans who'd settled here. Because it's been 20 years that both the... I think Doma's been under Imperial rule for a bit less. But it's been 20 years. Garleans would have moved to these lands, so there hasn't been a lot of talk about, like, what happens to the people who've been here for, like, 10, 20 years. Like, Avatar dealt with that. Like, the entire reason that Republic City exists in Avatar is because there were Fire Nation settlers in the Earth Kingdom that had never lived in the Fire Nation, so they couldn't, well, go back to the Fire Nation. And they didn't, like, and they, like, made families with Earth Kingdom citizens and stuff. So... But it feels like, conveniently, everyone who was Garlean was just in the army and they're gone now. As Tansui says, we should move on. It would not do for Yotsuyu to be seen here. No, but my sister, yeah. But no, my sister, she's already waiting with the boat near up here. Let's go see if I'm right. Go Setsu. I think the gods are safe. It's all I could do to watch the battle from afar. and it was all I could do to restrain her. You blame me for worrying. Strong as this thing is, anything could happen in the chaos. But enough about me, we need to talk about her. Greetings? They tell me you've lost your memory, and that's fine, but I want you to know something. I won't be taking my eyes off you, not for a moment. People are strange. Are you sure they're your friends? I am. They may behave strangely, but I trust them with my life. You have naught to fear. Alright, if you say so. Right. It's past time we set sail. I, for one, would not keep Lord Hien waiting without due cause. Aye, and the longer we tarry, the more you risk inviting trouble, lest you forget the Red Kojin bear no love for Yotsuyu either. I should deliver you to familiar shores near Asari, but out of the villager's sight. Here's where we part ways, my friends. I pray the remainder of your journey passes uneventfully. When we are not otherwise occupied, I would speak with you about my next business venture. It promises to be extremely lucrative, and I do not say so lightly. After our prodigious sum spent acquiring a certain sword, it would present a fine opportunity to refill the Scion's coffers and restore a smile to Mistress Tataru's face. Oh, come along. Tataru was overreacting. How much could a single katana possibly cost? Far more than you think, plainly. Did he even look at the number on the receipt? Blade like Osetsu is worth a fortune. Even enough to buy a house and furnish it, which you would know had you bothered to check the price. I had no idea. This business venture of Sorben's, you will give it a fair hearing, I trust. He has been good to us after all. As for me, I think I should look into drawing upon my personal funds. Alphino does have, like, a silver spoon. Oh, wait. Oh, it's just an entire different side quest. You know more of my ventures? Excellent. I should be glad to tell you all I know. Though perhaps it would be easier to let our anonymous client speak for his or herself. Here, their missive. The Ruby Sea and all who call her home, we seek the aid of a warrior who laid low the Lord of the Revel, but at first we bid him make haste to the Hell's Lid and quell the Oni that dwell in the deepest depths. Should he succeed in that test, we shall speak of the true endeavor and consummate reward. A strange proposal, aye, though it may be noted that they knew both of your deeds and our part in them. The Red have no love of trickery, so I doubt it's a trap of theirs, and should this client have honest intentions, then for the sake of these waters, it may behoove us to engage them further. As for their test, enclosed with the missive was a magic dagger, along with instructions on how it may be used to open a hidden passage into the depths of Hell's Lid. I should mention this dagger is old and exceedingly valuable. That our client was willing to entrust it with us without a guarantee of our cooperation bespeaks considerable wealth, and more importantly, considerable reward. If you are willing to undertake their trial, I shall journey to Hell's Lid and prepare to open the path. We give them the financial incentive. I think it best if we went and fetched Mistress Tataru. Wait for us there, then? Okay, I'm interested in this side quest. I normally don't like side quests, but... We must meet with Lord Hien as soon as possible, though mayhap not at the Enclave. I'll send word requesting that he receive us at the House of the Fierce, where there are fewer prying eyes. If all are in agreement, I shall scout ahead and see that the way is clear. Pray follow as swiftly as you are able and join me in the outskirts of Namai. Oh, it's too close to bother. All is well? Good, the others are hiding nearby. Let's proceed quietly, if you please. Why did I need to talk to you there when we're just going here anyway? Why don't I just teleport here?
My Lord Ian, I am returned.
Save your tears for the morrow. For we who yet walk the path should not think too much in the destination. When the hour arrives, we shall welcome what comes with open arms. And welcome it you did, even as the keep fell down around us. At that moment, in your smile, I spied a shred of hope. One which I have clung to ever since. Gosetsu, full glad am I to see you alive and well.
We have played this scene before, have we not? Though this time our roles are reversed.
That they are. Meaning you know how I feel. Wholly at a loss for words. Welcome back, old friend. Now then, though we rejoice at your return, it seems you have brought with you certain complications. Rise, my friend. Tell me everything. The Empire is bold indeed to send a token force to engage the Confederacy.
As acting Viceroy, Yotsuyu would have been privy to Imperial secrets. The Garleans will not soon give up the chase.
Nay, it will end with her capture, or her death.
Are you a friend, too?
She claims to have lost her memory, though I know not if she speaks true. I brought her here that you might decide her fate.
I mean, she's been lying for months at this point, right? Like, you would have caught a slip
Lost
up at
her
some
memory,
point.
you say? Regardless, the people have not forgotten. Her face yet haunts their dreams. She cannot roam free. We will hold her here for a time.
Well, they just gave her like a new
Place her
haircut.
in Jufia's care, with the express instruction that she is not to be seen.
Yes, my lord.
Just give her like a haircut and like a makeover, and then just change her name, like witness protection her.
No, I don't want to. Don't let her take me away!
It's all right, Tsuyu. I will come with you. Be a good girl, and listen to Yugiri.
Okay, that look, that look is a bit sus.
From a hound at his throat to a puppy at his heel. If this is an act, it is a remarkable performance.
Thank you for delivering Gosetsu back to us in one piece. We're lucky indeed to have friends who would journey to the other side of the world just to help us, and repeatedly at that. Well, the fact that I can teleport makes it very easy. We have much and more to think upon, but as regards to the Empire, we can but wait, watch and wait. Now then, seeing as you've come all this way, you must allow me to show you around the Enclave. It would not have you thinking that we've been idle in your absence. The rebuilding efforts proceed apace, I'm pleased to say, and we are now ready to welcome home the countrymen who were displaced by the war, should they so desire it. There's a place here for those who fled to Eorzea. Should be delighted to accept your invitation, Lord Hien, and I have no doubt that your subjects at Revenant's Toll will be heartened to hear that their lord has not forgotten them. Oh, nothing. I just thought that Gosetsu and Yugiri would be back by now. Forgive me, my lord, but Captain Jifuya is nowhere to be found. Oh, he was here when I arrived. For now, we've taken Yotsuyu to a private chamber and assigned another to watch over her, my lord, but I find it passing strange that the captain should leave his post with nary a word. That does seem most unusual. If you mean to look for the man, we would be happy to assist you. We should be glad of the help. While I search without, mayhap you can ask our soldiers here if they know anything. I'll join you. With respect, Lord, you should remain here. Should the Empire move against us, you'll be better able to coordinate our response. Ha! Nero was thinking I was in charge, but you have the right of it. Go on then, I'll mind the house. See, the captain, he passed by a little while ago. Wonder if I should tell someone as it happened. He did not look well. You see, he asked if aught was the matter, and I told him the past had caught up with him. But I doubt it was that. There are older men in our ranks. Captain Jifuya, you said it for the northern entrance when I saw him last. I was going to invite him to train with us, but he did not hear me call out for him. If you need him, I dare say a sentry on duty will be able to tell you more. Indeed, I suggested as much to Mistress Alice when she came asking earlier. Something amiss? Aye, the captain went outside some bells ago. It's looking quite unwell, I'm sorry to say. This I mentioned to Lord Gosetsu, who straightaway struck out to find him. I hope they'll be alright. Gosetsu too? It seems like everyone's been on joining the search. That's all well and good, but someone has to stay behind. There's no telling what the Empire is plotting. You go on. Alphino and I shall hold the fort.
By the Kami! Your Lord Hien, leave me, I beg of you. Say nothing of this. I was never here.
There you are.
Lady Yugiri, Lord Gosetsu, forgive me my abrupt disappearance.
You have your reasons, I am sure. Will you not share them?
I was her master when she was yet a courtesan.
By the Kami.
She worked in my establishment. Her father was a regular client of mine. One day, quite without preamble, he offered to sell her to me. Yeah, she may be no maiden, he said, but she has some use left in her. He sold her short. When I first beheld her, I was struck by her beauty. And yet, behind her eyes there was an emptiness. It was as if she had given up on life. She seemed more a doll than a woman. It was no profession for her, but I knew she would be popular, and so it proved. Men flocked to drown themselves in that cold, bottomless gaze. The rest you know. She became an Imperial informant, and for her loyal service won the office of acting Viceroy.
While you came to serve the Liberation Front.
'Tis said that the atrocities Yotsuyu committed were driven by vengeance. If so, I bear part of the blame for creating the monster she became. Joining the front was meant to be my atonement. But the truth is, I am a coward, whose only thought was to escape her wrath. Then as now.
I see. Then I shall recommend that you be assigned to a new post. I trust you have no objections, Yugiri?
None. It would not do to leave Yotsuyu in his care.
I am in your debt.
Who is it that you seek to protect, Gosetsu? Idle musings. Pray, pay me no mind.
Forgive me, now's the time to be brooding. Come, let us rejoin the others. For your help in the search, Gosetsu has told me what transpired. I would not presume to defend the life Jifuya led before he joined the front, nor will I condemn it. Frankly, it's not my place to judge. I'll only say this: the Jifuya I know has ever been a man of courage. That he should feel driven to flee bespeaks the depth of his terror. Even now, Yotsuyu casts a shadow over the realm. But the question of what's to be done with her must wait. The Empire is on the move once more. While you were out searching for Jifuya, we received word from our shinobi allies. An Imperial airship has been sighted over Doman soil. Our visitor's objective remains unclear. It may be another attempt to recover Yotsuyu, or a prelude to invasion. Either way, the craft reportedly advances at speed and appears bound for the Castrum Luminous. I mean to go there and ascertain their intent. If we ride in force, we may only, it will only end one way, so we shall keep our numbers to a minimum. Yugiri, missing, can I count on you? Yes, my lord. Alice and I would fain play our part as well. We will not stand idly by while a common foe threatens the land of our friends and allies. We'd be glad of the help. You're acquainted with Hakuro, I believe, and I bid you seek him out and assist in maintaining order in the Enclave. When the people see an Imperial airship, they're liable to panic. I would have you reassure them, and should it come to it, aid in their evacuation. Very well, we shall depart at once. Do take care. What of me, my lord? The Empire will be after Yotsuyu. You're to remain here and guard her until my return. As you wish. Pray stay close to Missing and Yugiri. Very well. Guard duty, and not a breath of protest. Now I've seen it all. To Castrum Luminous, then. Let's find out what the Empire's game is. This is a bit closer. Oh, I was still on him. Secure. Whatever of its purpose, they plainly believe they can be achieved alone. The craft should come into view any moment. Let's await them inside the castrum.
A smoke signal? Thoughts, Yugiri?
In former times, such signals were used to announce the coming of an emissary of peace. In Doma, at least. But could that truly be their intent?
Who can say? Whatever they want, we cannot simply blast them out of the sky. Not when they were so gracious as to honor one of our cherished traditions. I would not have it said that we Domans want for propriety.
Then I shall go and reconnoiter.
Nay, that won't be necessary. We will meet them openly. I would welcome this student of Doman history in person, whomsoever he or she may be.
As you wish, my lord. I shall arrange for a signal of our own to be fired in answer.
Well, that we should be received by the Lord of Doma himself.
I but afford an emissary of peace the courtesy he is due. Welcome to Doma, my lord.
Ah, where are my manners? I am Asahi Sus Brutus, ambassador plenipotentiary of Garlemald.
He is heir to the Naiuri clan, and Yotsu's stepbrother.
It seems I need not introduce myself, not in the presence of the famed Yugiri Mistwalker. Your skills as a shinobi are known far and wide, my lady. It is true. The former acting viceroy is my sister. Yet, bonds of kinship aside, we have precious little in common. As will soon become plain, I come not to sow strife, but to end it. I am of the Populares, a collective which represents the interests of the common man. Long have we labored to bring about reform to the Empire's provincial policy. Happily for us, our master acknowledges the need for change. Indeed, His Radiance, Emperor Varys Zos Galvus, personally sanctioned this mission granting me the authority to speak with his voice. To negotiate peace with Dorma.
Well then, we have much to discuss. Will you accompany me to my hall?
Gladly, my lord.
Okay, so guy in the white armor was someone that we had not met yet. Say, I do stand in the presence of the fabled Icon Slayer. What an honor! Lord Hien's magnanimous in victory, given our nation's troubled history. We did not expect such hospitality. Peace. After all they've done, never has a word rung more hollow. We shall escort our guests across the river to the Enclave. Yugiri, pray go ahead to the Yuzuka Manor docks and see what that the ferries are ready. Lord He and I will accompany the Imperial delegation on the first ferry. When you're ready, speak with the boatmen and join us on the other side. I did not realize I hadn't been here before. First things first, what do you think of the Enclave? I must say I'm quite proud of what my countrymen have accomplished in the time. We even have an eighth right now, courtesy of Onisishu. Be sure to tune to it, would you? Once the Warrior of Light has the Warrior of Light seal approval, people might actually start using the thing. But on the matter at hand, the ambassador and his retinue are at my hall, taking their ease ahead of the negotiations. I want you there when the talking starts. It'll serve to send a message to the Empire that Eorzea and Doma stand united. I'm not normally one for hollow posturing, but in this game of nations, such gestures carry weight. And should you feel uneasy about speaking for the Science, Alphino and Alice will also be there. You need only eat, drink, and look imposing. Say you'll come. I'll be there. I knew I could count on you. When you are ready, come join me in my humble abode, the Kienkan. The guards will see you in. Master Alphino, Mr. Sally says assurances people are reacting calmly to the Imperial presence. So it's to be a peace negotiation. I'm curious to see what the ambassador brings to the discussion table. The residents took the news of Imperial delegation well enough. It should be business as usual. Said, I guess, okay, so it's a figurative table then.
On behalf of my delegation, I offer you my humblest thanks. Never did I imagine that I would meet the gallant and noble Lord of Dorma himself, nor be welcomed into his magnificent hall.
You'll forgive me if we forgo the pleasantries. You say you are come to negotiate peace. Unless I am mistaken, such negotiations are typically conducted between sovereign nations. I was not aware that the Emperor had recognized Dorma's sovereignty.
His Radiance has yet to do so, that much is true. Know, however, that he has expressed willingness to cede Dorma to her ancestral masters and treat with her as a friend. Since the days of Emperor Solus, the Empire has aggressively expanded its territory. While you may not agree with our founding father's policy of expansion, I believe there is room for discussion on the matter of his lifelong goal, to rid the world of icons. Icons are a blight upon this star. They cannot be suffered to exist. This you know as well as we. In his wisdom, Emperor Varus wishes to explore the possibility of an alliance to combat this common threat. On the condition that Dorma renounces summoning and pledges to police the Korgin's practice of it, his Radiance would extend the hand of friendship.
Dorma has never shown any appetite for summoning, and it should go without saying that we will address any threat to our people, icon or otherwise. With regard to the Korjin, I must stress that they only resorted to summoning under extreme provocation. When the Ruby Sea was at peace and their sacred relics safe, they looked not to their kami for protection. Yet even now, there are certain parties who would destabilize the region with ill-conceived military forays. Unless they alter their course, we cannot hope to be rid of icons.
Quite. I can but apologize. In seeking to eliminate icons, the Empire creates them. 'Tis an irony among ironies, one with which the people of Eorzea are well acquainted, I am told.
Indeed, many summonings are the result of persecution, the weak being driven to call upon the divine for deliverance from the strong. So it was in Alamigo, the bitter fruit of Garlean oppression.
A tragic state of affairs. If we are to put an end to summoning once and for all, it shall not be through might, but harmony. Yet we continue to repeat our mistakes, oblivious to the lessons of history. My comrades and I would change all that. We, Populares, have campaigned long and hard for a shift in imperial policy. And at last, the Emperor has seen fit to lend us an ear. Alas, there is a faction within Garlemald that would obstruct our every attempt at reform. A collection of pure-blooded Garleans who seek to consolidate their own supremacy. The Optimates. Lest you wonder, theirs was the hand that loosed our forces on the Confederacy. 'Twas a regrettable incident, one that flies in the face of everything we believe. And I swear to do all in my power to prevent a reoccurrence.
That would be most welcome. But if I may speak plain, if the Empire itself is not of one mind, how can we be certain that any peace we negotiate will be honored?
I cannot blame you for doubting us. Indeed, I should find it strange if you did not. And so, in the name of building trust, I would like to make a proposal. A prisoner exchange. Under Garlean rule, no few Dormans were conscripted into the Imperial Army. We would repatriate them in return for those of ours you captured in the recent conflict. Naturally, any exchange would include the acting Viceroy.
Yotsu? What makes you think we have her?
Forgive me, my lord. Was it not your wish to speak plain? Let us not play games. I desire only to work to our mutual benefit. The Optimates tried and failed to take my sister by force. I would succeed by peaceable means, thereby strengthening my party's hand. 'Twould be a lie to say I would not also be glad of my sister's safe return.
A fellow plain speaker. How refreshing. Very well. Your proposal has merit, but I will need time to consider it.
Stepsister, so who?
Of course, my lord. May we remain in Dorma until you have come to a decision?
So, like, Yotsuyu's dad or mom married...
You shall be our honored guests.
Married a Garlean?
Yugiri, I leave the ambassador and his retinue in your care. See that they are well looked after.
You have our gratitude, Lord Hien. We shall look forward to your answer.
The fact there are two opposing factions that work in Garlemald complicates matters. Even assuming Asahi and his associates can be trusted, what of the others? That the Empire should send Yotsuyu's stepbrother of all people. I wonder how he feels, son of a Dolman returning home to speak for the oppressors his countrymen drove out. A son of Doma. Whenever Lord Hien's decision be, I shall abide by it. Yet I would be glad to welcome my lost brothers back to Doma. That guy's just there for set dressing. That was unexpected. You'd say that again. I still don't know quite what to make of it all, but on the surface, a prisoner exchange does seem a good way to begin. The question is, can they be trusted? They have naught to gain by divulging the details of their infernal divisions. As it stands, we have no reason to doubt them. But the ambassador's mention of Yotsuyu left me ill at ease. It made his grand talk of peace seem uncannily like a lengthy preamble. Think this might be a ruse to facilitate a retrieval? Perhaps. Though I cannot fathom why they would go to such lengths. Yotsuyu may have been the acting viceroy, but she's not a Garlean, nor even highborn. Her value must presumably lie in what she knows. Which brings us to the little matter of her memory loss. In her present condition, she would not yield any worthwhile intelligence, nor is she worth much as a bargaining piece. Alphino, you are well acquainted with the Empire's methods. I would have your thoughts on the matter. My knowledge is at your disposal, Lord Hien. While the ambassador's proposal is appealing in principle, it would be remiss us not to give it all due scrutiny. Indeed. Though it seems to me that I have little choice to accept regardless. With so many of our brothers and sisters languishing in imperial camps, I cannot well turn my back on a chance to secure their repatriation. Only the kami know when I will be afforded another. But ere we continue, shall we excuse these two? I fear what follows will bore them to tears. I was just about to show myself out as it happens. Come on, Missing. Let's leave Alphinaud and to dispense his copious knowledge. Someone's still sore from being made to watch at Sakazuki. Go on and keep Alice company. We're safe enough for now. Cayenne Khan, like his dad. Chance to relax at last. I know when I'm out of my depth, Missing. Though no weapons are drawn and negotiations no less a battle, and the stakes can be every bit as high, while misplaced word people could die, it takes someone with a cool head, and I'll be the first to admit that's not me. So we're left with the eternal question, what do we do while they prattle on? Alright, for want of a better suggestion, what say you to a brief tour of the newly liberated Doma? It'd be interesting to hear how the people are faring in their own words, and it's not as if we'll be missed here. Or will we? Missing a moment, if you would. Yugiri and Asahi, was it? You have some business with Missing? Business? No, pleasure, my lady. I merely wish to exchange a few words with the famed slayer of gods and champion of Eorzea. It's truly an honor. Such heartfelt admiration. One could almost forget that you're an envoy of the Empire. Oh, is that so strange? We may have stood on opposing sides in the past, but I see no contradiction in lauding the man who would do battle with our common enemy. Lest you forget, this is my homeland. It would be remiss of me not to at least thank him for containing the threat posed by the Kojin's vile icon. Now, if I may continue, as we speak, Lord Hien deliberates over my proposal, and I would take this time to see the land I once called home. The Lady Yugiri is certain to be a jovial escort. The excursion would be all the more enjoyable for your company, and safer besides. The ambassador has the right of it. He is not like to come to harm with you at his side. Will you join us? It'd be my pleasure. In that case, I'll join you as well. There's not else to do until Lord Hien has reached his decision, and I can think of no finer way to learn more about the current state of Doma. It's settled then. The four of us shall make a brief excursion through Yangsha. When we start at the town of Monzen, I will see what has become of Doma Castle. Very well, if you'll follow me. Nay, could this truly be Monzen, home of the cream of Doma's samurai? I had heard that Yotsuyu intended to send some few of our automata here, but only by way of warning. It should not have come to this. Indeed, your savagery served only to incense the people and spur them to rise up and protest. It was folly to think such methods of governance could ever prove effective. Sooner we can begin to make amends for this senseless destruction, the better. Securing supplies and support for the reconstruction effort should not prove difficult once our nations are formally at peace, of course. Yes, of course. If you would have a better view of what remains of the castle, we should proceed through the ruins. With sticks, ultimately awakening the metal beast, now compelled to vaporize everything that moves. A travesty. A travesty! I remember the keep being so beautiful in the light of the setting sun. One would swear it was aflame. It is indeed a doleful spectacle. Mayhap we will rebuild it one day, when we have finished helping out the people rebuild their lives. Spoken like a true popularis, the needs of the people must of course come first. Speaking of whom, would you be opposed to me seeing how they live firsthand? The village of Nemai is but a short journey from here, if I'm not mistaken. By river, yes. If you follow me, I'll ready our boat. Ready to cast off.
Get back! I'm warning you!
Someone's in trouble. Are you all right?
Hi.
What do they want with you?
Yuki, and you lot too. I don't know. We were returning from the Enclave when they came at us.
It seems they won't go quietly.
And neither will we.
I already have my wabbit out.
Away with you!
It is nothing. Leave this to me.
Aim for the younglings, not the younglings!
The art of my forebears.
I was wondering why it wasn't working. I didn't have anything targeted. There we go.
That seems to be the last of them. You have nothing to fear, child. You are safe now.
Thank you, sir.
You saved us again. Thank you. If you're ever passing by our village, look us up. You'll always be welcome.
Thank goodness we arrived when we did.
Indeed. But what could have prompted the Red Kojin to stray so far from the Ruby Sea?
I presume these are the sellswords hired by Eorzea. If so, the answer is simple. Desperation. Bereft of Imperial employment, they seek other means to line their coin purses. Another sad legacy of the Empire's mismanagement.
The Empire to which you have sworn allegiance.
Must you always be so pointed? If we are to bring about lasting change, we must look beyond narrow allegiances. You have every right to doubt me, but in time, I hope you will come to see that we share a common goal. You and yours have fought fiercely to change the Empire from without, but if we are to end the cycle of conflict, the Empire must change from within. Am I wrong?
No, but also Fordola tried to do that, and it didn't really exactly work. Yeah, but true reform can only come from within.
I knew you would understand. You have witnessed such change firsthand, after all, during your time in Ishgard.
Dear me, I'd hoped to convey my views on our nation's shared hopes under more peaceful circumstances. Yet, this regrettable little interlude did afford me a chance to see a famed hero of Eorzea in action, and few Imperial soldiers can say that, at least few who live to tell the tale. After that little ordeal, I believe it may be time for us to return to the Enclave. Return, my lord? What of Namai? You seemed eager to observe the villagers going about their daily lives. To be frank, I still am, but I rather doubt the good people of Namai would take kindly to the sight of a man in imperial uniform with blood still dripping from his blade. Even in your company, my presence would only prove a distraction. Fret not, however. Thanks to the three of you, I have seen a great deal more than I otherwise would. With any luck, Lord Hien will have finished considering my proposal by the time we return. Is this where I'm supposed to be, or would it not be? Okay, no, it is inside the Dome of Enclave. Why did clicking it not show me the Dome of Enclave? Thank you again for agreeing to join me. If not for your aid, the Kojin may well have overwhelmed us. Pray go on ahead. Lord Hien's expecting you. I would remain without and keep watch over our guest. Well, we best not keep him waiting. Welcome back, my friend. Yuri tells me you accompanied her and Asahi on a tour of Yanksha. I had hoped that you might take the opportunity to recover from your excursions in Sakazuki. But I gather your time was well spent. Until the ambassador affords Yugiri a chance to make a full report, however, I must rely on you to supply the details, so please, tell us how it's all unfolded. Red Kojin, here? Are there any other such incidents since liberation? Not that I'm aware of. If they are planning some new venture here in Yangsha, we'll need to increase patrols. In any event, I am indebted to you for fighting them off, but tell me, and don't be modest, was Asahi truly the first to leap at the youngster's aid? He was. I was quick to doubt him when we first met, but his desire to save them seemed quite genuine. It's possible he truly believes what he's saying. In the time I've known you, you've always been an excellent judge of character. What do you make of the ambassador? I'm gonna go ... He confounds you too, I see. For that reason alone, we would be fools to underestimate him. Regardless of his aim, I'm resigned to playing his game. For now, at least. Well, forswearing summoning should be simple enough, considering you never dabbled in it in the first place, which just leaves the somewhat thornier question of how to police the Red Kojin. It was that very question in mind that I sought Alphino's counsel. Thanks to his knowledge of the icons and the rituals used to invoke them, I believe we've identified a workable solution. As you'll recall, Susanoo was summoned forth using the power of relics locked away in the Kojin's treasure vault on the Isle of Zeki. Though said relics remain there to this day, it's almost certain the act of summoning exhausted the stores of ether, making subsequent summonings impossible. Assuming this is the case, preventing the Primal's return rests on denying the Red Kojin means of amass new stores of aether, either via acquisition of crystals or the relics that they are wont to collect. For this, I plan to enlist the aid of our friends, the Blue Kojin. Since Doma's liberation, we have forged closer bonds with the Bunshin and his people, and with their support, I am quite confident that we can keep the Red from attaining what they require to call upon Susanoo. And what of the prisoners? They will be exchanged as agreed, and I will give full credit to Asahi for the success in the transaction. If there is aught we can do to help the Populares garner favor, I mean to see it done. First, I have some unfinished business to attend to. Would you all come with me? Of course, but what manner of business? A past mistake I would see put right, one which has weighed heavily on my mind.
I had her brought here in secret while the three of you kept our guest company. The world has not been kind to you, it is true. But that does not excuse your sins. You should be at the bottom of the river. Yet here you are, the living, breathing proof of my failure. A failure for which I would now make amends.
What did I do? I don't remember. Was it really so terrible? Tell me, please! What did I do?
You speak of sins, my lord. But at whose feet do those sins lie? With the soldiers who committed the crimes, or those who commanded them to do so? With both, I would say. For all have a conscience, and all must choose. But with no memory of who she is, or what she has done, what sin remains to be cleansed?
You ask that I show mercy.
I ask why the heavens saw fit to deny me my rest. Why Yotsuyu was spared not only death, but the bitter memories of her life.
You truly think it the will of the Kami? If so, her life is not mine to take. It is yours to safeguard. Come the hour of the exchange, if her memories have not returned, she may remain here in Doma to live out her days as Tsuyu. But if they do, the Garleans shall have their viceroy. Though the people will protest, they will come to accept my decision when they have been reunited with their loved ones.
Thank you, my lord.
Now then, I believe we have kept our guest waiting long enough. Did Gosetsu not seem strange to you? His sympathy for Yotsuyu apart, I mean. I know his powers of endurance only too well, but after all he has suffered, even he should not be on his feet.
Yeah,
He puts on a brave face for our sakes, but it would not surprise me if he lacked the strength to raise his blade.
He did
Though
kind
I
of
suppose
collapse.
if he and Yotsuyu are to enjoy a life of peace and quiet, he will have little use for it. It falls to us to shape that future, one in which he need never again set foot on the battlefield.
Shouldn't say if Yotsuyu, I mean Tsuyu's predicament as well, the Kami. The Gosetsu certainly seemed convinced. I had no idea Yotsuyu's return weighed so heavily on Lord Kien's mind. With Yotsuyu safely in Gosetsu's care, all that remains is to answer Asahi's proposal. I realize other matters may demand your attention, though, but I would ask that you stay a while longer to see this business through.
My apologies. Our deliberations took longer than expected.
Think nothing of it. The time afforded me the opportunity to go on a rather rousing excursion through Yansha. You have reached a decision then?
We are willing to cooperate with you in combating the Icon threat, and also in the exchange of prisoners. Assuming you accept our conditions, of course. As you know, your sister is in our care. Due to certain complications, however, we are hesitant to release her into your custody.
Complications?
She was inside Doma Castle when it collapsed. Though she survived, she remembers nothing of her past life, not even her name. To clarify, she is in our care not as a prisoner, but as a vulnerable citizen of Doma.
Are you saying you refuse to release her?
Not at all. If her memory returns before the appointed hour.
And if not, what exactly? You will accommodate her here in Doma?
Well, I sincerely doubt she will be of any great strategic value to the Empire. She spends her days daydreaming of Dango.
Dango? How dreadful. Very well. In light of our recent misstep in Sakazuki, it seems only fair that I show you the same understanding you have shown us. Though I do have one small request. Regardless of Yotsuyu's value to the Empire, she is yet my sister. Before I leave, might you permit me to speak with her in private?
Of course. Perhaps you could even bring her a plate of dango. She would be most pleased. Yugiri will see you to her chambers.
I do find that interesting. Forgive me, my lord, but has he not been gone over long? Perhaps I should calm yourself, Gosetsu. I understand the concern, but we have to wait. He deserves that much. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. Thank you for your understanding. Long did I dream of this reunion, but never did I imagine that it would be so joyless. Part of me hoped your stories of her condition were just that, but alas, it's as you say. Tsuyu, do you remember anything of this man? Anything at all? No. I'm a stranger to her. That much is well clear to me for a single look. I leave her in your care. As you wish. Now, if you'll excuse me, my superiors are long overdue a report. They'll be elated to hear of our agreement. Of this, I have no doubt. As for the exchange itself, once I have obtained the relevant permissions, I will arrange for your people to be relieved of their various duties and sent here to Yangsha. This will take time, of course. Of course, you may rest assured that your soldiers will be well cared for until you return. We will also begin taking steps to better counter the threat of the Kojin and their icon. Before you take your leave, there is one matter. I'm informed it was you who took the lead in rescuing 2 young Domans from a band of Kojin sellswords. I've not yet had the time to thank you properly. Please, there's no need to thank me. I only did what anyone would do under the circumstances. Fortunately, I was in good company at the time. The plight of the Red Kojin is the Empire's making. Were it not for our transgressions, those children would not have needed saving. The people of Doma have suffered enough, my lord, and I promise to do all in my power to spare them from further pain, be it at the hands of the Kojin or indeed the Empire. I pray the Emperor will see things as you do. There may yet be hope for us all. Until we meet again. Go Setsu, as before I leave Yotsuyu to you. I invite the rest of you to join me outside. Let's treat Asahi to a proper farewell. If Yotsuyu is to remain adult for good, we cannot keep her confined to this manner. The people must be made to see that she is no longer the monster they remember. My dear sister's memory does not return. I pray that you'll take good care of her. Though he has made a wise decision, our spirits will be pleased. I wonder if the sight of her stepbrother might bring Yotsuyu back to her senses, but mayhap nothing will. Nevertheless, we must continue to watch her until we can be certain that her condition is permanent. If only our previous encounters with the Empire had been this cordial. Here's to the future, I suppose. Without the threat of Imperial attack hanging over our heads, we may devote our energies to dealing with the Red Kojin, and then there will be nothing less to impede the domain's restoration. The Ambassador's airship awaits us in Castrum Fluminus. Let us be off.
I wish you a safe journey.
This has been a most enjoyable visit. I look forward to our next meeting. Maxima, would you take the others and see that all is ready for our departure? I simply cannot leave without first giving thanks to the Warrior of Light for accompanying me through Yansha. Mark me, savior of the savages. There will be a reckoning.
... was the correct choice.
You've nowhere left to run, traitor!
Ignorant savages! Killing us will avail you naught. For every Imperial you cut down, 1,000 more will come. Abandon this foolish endeavor and surrender. You may yet serve our righteous cause.
How dare you speak of righteousness? You who forsook kith and kin to serve conquerors! Be glad I grant you this mercy. What in the...
It's Darth Vader moment.
Reinforcements? No, just one! Cut him down!
That's not a good idea. Wait, is this Xenos or is this... no, yeah, it is Xenos.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
This one is promising.
I thought that it was the Emperor, but no, it's Xenos. I forgot that he wears the
Who
mask
remains
too.
to offer us resistance?
A host of rebels led by Lord Cayenne hold the Enclave across the river.
Lord Cayenne.
The king of the former king of Dorma, sir. They say he is one of the greatest swordsmen alive.
Is that what they say?
Who was that?
Surely you jest. That was Xenos Galvus, legatus of the 12th, the Crown Bloody Prince. I heard he was strong, but that was frightening.
That was Lord Xenos. Everything you are, your power, even your face, it vexes me. Go on. Lash out like the beast you are at an emissary and jeopardize the newfound peace between Dorma and the Empire. My lord was destined to lead us unto a glorious new age. Your light is nothing to his radiance.
Well, it sure got snuffed out pretty easy. By himself. Also, literally, nobody's paying attention.
I will cherish this moment. Lock it away within my heart. Until the day we meet again.
We better tell people that he decided to go psycho on us at the end. Why the frown? Did he say something to upset you? You looked as if you were about to faint in the ambassador's arms for a moment there. I thought perhaps now we could be at ease, but your expression suggests otherwise.
You look troubled, my friend. Was it something he said?
He's fucking crazy.
Of all the memories to witness.
I had my doubts about him, but I would never have guessed he was a disciple of Xenos. My lord.
Calm yourself, Yugiri. I set no store by him or his enlightened brethren. But if by treating with them there is even the faintest hope we might secure the return of our conscripted brothers and sisters, I must play this game. After the way I risked their lives in the rebellion, I owe them that much.
My lord, you bear no blame for their fate.
If not blame, then responsibility. They were prisoners, and still I chose to fight, knowing they could be executed in retaliation. But now we have a chance to bring them home. If it means bargaining with a monster, so be it.
My lord.
Besides, I think he likes me, which is more than some can say.
Makes no sense. Why would he bother keeping up the pretense for so long, only to drop it right before the very end? Perhaps he could no longer thought it necessary, having secured Doma's cooperation in the prisoner exchange. If he truly is a disciple of Xenos, 'tis possible emotions simply got the better of him. Remaining calm around the man who slew his lord will have taken its toll. Whatever the explanation, now is not the time for any hasty reprisals. We shall proceed as planned. The Red Kojin must be placed under surveillance and the Garlean prisoners made ready for exchange, but you need not concern yourself with the details. Leave the affairs of Doma to us. When the hour of exchanges draws near, we will call for you. I should certainly hope so. Whatever the Empire's true intent, we should be on hand to play our part, either to defend Doma or to help usher in a lasting peace. I had thought we might use this time to return to Eorzea, but given the volatility of the situation, mayhap it would be best if we remained in Kugane. Agreed. Between Yotsu's amnesia and Asahi's dubious agenda, I say we have ample reason to remain in the neighborhood. If anything should happen, anything at all, you may send for us at once. Oh, I will. On that you have my word. Charting a path through this sea of troubles promises to be difficult enough. I am not so proud as to attempt the feat alone. To Kugane then. Tataru and the others must know what transpired here. Welcome back. We've heard the good news about Gosetsu. I knew you'd find him. Since we have not else to attend to for the moment, perhaps we got opportunity to look into the present state of Garlemald? Though I should probably speak with Tataru first. I don't envy Lord Hien. So much rests on his decision. Aye, it seems you're all in quite the predicament. Well, should we receive any urgent missives from Doma, rest assured you will be the first to know of it. Yes, of course. We're discussing ideas to replenish our coffers, but I suppose that can all wait if any urgent news should come through the office. About that, I wish to apologize, Satoru. It was reckless of me to make such a purchase without first consulting you. You may be certain, however, that I mean to reimburse the Scions, even if it means drawing upon my personal funds. It's very thoughtful of you, but I'm sure it won't come to that. If Soraban's business proposition is as promising as it sounds, Visiting should have no difficulty wiping the red from our ledger. Forgive me, it would seem I've unwittingly heaped my financial troubles upon you. I swear I'll pay you back. Though I fear I will struggle to cobble together anything of monetary value, knowledge I can gather in abundance. To start, I plan to investigate the divisions formed within the Empire. Mayhaps Riol and his associates have heard something on the subject. Who's Riol again? Regardless, the more we know about the politics of Garlemald, the better our chances of predicting the Empire's next move, which might yield you an advantage on the day of the prisoner exchange. Knowing what we do of Asali's apparent resentment towards you, I cannot say what he hopes to gain from it. But if there is even the faintest chance that a lasting peace could be forged between Doma and the Empire, what choice do we have but to try? Lord Hien had the right of it. Asali may well be a monster, but we must play his game for now. Arranging the prisoner exchange proved easier than I thought. Yes, my lord will be most pleased. Everything is going according to plan. All according to Keikaku.
Can you truly remember nothing? Nothing at all?
Were we friends?
Yes. We were good friends, you and I. In fact, I've brought you a gift. I pray that one day soon, as you gaze into that mirror, you will remember the woman staring back at you.
It's so pretty. Who are you? Who are you?
Meanwhile, in the Imperial capital...
How are you feeling, my lord?
Fine, now leave me.
He's not dead. Nobody's dead. Why would anyone die? Who needs to have lasting consequences? Makes no sense. Alright. I think we should, I'm curious how far in we've got. Alright, cool. We did... That was all of patch 4.2. Alright. Next time... we will do more things. Let's see. Following... Let's go ahead and raid somebody. Oh, it's Natty's birthday. Let's raid Natty. Let's see. Oh, I can't raid. Ah, well. I'm just gonna hop off. Thank you guys for hanging out. And I will see you another time.